Are you looking for a portable power station like this? Well, with over 2,400 watts, this Aferiy P210 is the ideal solution for you. So today on Fix It with Fowler, I'm going to be putting this through its paces to see if it's worth your money. And speaking of money, I've got some special discount codes to save you money on one of these and all the accessories. So the first thing you'll notice when you get this out of the box is that it doesn't come fully charged, and that is due to shipping. So the first thing you're going to need to do is charge the unit up, and there's actually 3 different options for that. The first option is you can plug it into your car or van while you're driving around and the engine's running. You can charge that up, but that can take up to 17 hours and is more designed really just to top up the charge rather than charging from scratch. The other option is solar power. Now these solar panels come in all different shapes and sizes, and this can take panels up to 500 watts. Aferiy do their own 200 watts and 400 watts, and that's just a case of plugging this into the unit, plugging this into the solar panels, and that way you can charge this. And that depends on the wattage of the solar panels to how long this takes. But for me, the most convenient and easiest way to charge this up is with the mains powered leads that come supplied with it. If you plug that in, you can charge this up from totally flat to fully charged in 2 hours. So now we've covered that, let's look at some real life experiences and what you may use this for. For me personally, I'm going to use this for a bit of camping, overnight fishing and working remotely. What I mean by that is sometimes when I go to work certain places, I don't have any access to power, and that is something that I need for certain tools. So I'm going to be putting it through its paces and let's see what it can do. So when we're camping or glamping, the first thing I can think of that we're going to need to do is recharge mobile devices. Now everyone's got a phone or a tablet or something like that, and to operate this unit, all you need to do is press and hold the power button, wait for the beep, and then that all illuminates to tell you it's on. You can then get your USB cable, plug that in, turn the USB on, and then that tells you how much power this is using. It's saying it's using 1 watt of electricity and it will run for 99 continuous hours. So that's pretty impressive, although these don't take much power. So the next thing that you might consider if you're going camping is something like this, one of these lamps, ideally if you've got kids. So if you plug that in, at the end we've got 3 socket outlets. You can turn them on and off by pressing that button, and that will then tell you again how much power this is using. Now this says that it's using 3 watts of power, and it will give you 79 hours of continuous use with that one lamp. And although again that's not a very big appliance, let's move on to some other things that are quite important with camping. The first thing I can think of is an electric cool box or a small fridge. So again, if I plug that in, let that start up, and then we can see how much power it's using, and again how long you're going to get out of one of these power banks. So it's saying it's using 59 watts of power and it's going to last for 24 hours continuous use. Now it will be slightly longer because these have a thermostat built in, so once it gets to a certain temperature the fan will turn off and that will save power itself. So move that out of the way and on to the final thing. And if you're a bit of a softy like me, a bit of heating in your tent. So again, we'll plug that in, turn this on, get this running. Now I've put this on full power. Again, that's got a thermostat, so it'll actually come on and off. So that is saying it's using 1,871 watts of power, and it will give us 57 minutes of continuous use. However, like I said, they do have a thermostat in them, so when it scrolls on and off, you'll actually get more use out of it. So that is really good for camping. But before we move on to the next things that I might use it for, let's go through some technical details. As you can imagine, there is loads of technical details associated with this Aferiy P210 that some viewers may find interesting and some viewers may not. So during this time, I'm going to skip through all the things I find important, and for the rest of the information, I'm going to put it on the screen, and you can pause this video at any point to read through them. So the first thing you're going to notice with this power station is the sheer weight of it. It is 22 kilograms in weight, and although it is portable, it's not the sort of thing you can carry about. And that is down to the Life P210 batteries, which have a 4,000 lifetime cycle, which equates to 10 years. They have a maximum 4,800 watt peak power, and you can fully recharge them in 1.5 hours using a combination of AC power and solar. It has 13 outputs for power that you can use all at the same time. The latest version is app controlled, meaning you can monitor power and energy use. Now, what also gives this a really unique feature is a UPS system, and that is an uninterrupted power supply. That means you can plug this into your main socket and then plug something like a computer or some other device into the other side. If the power fails, this clicks straight over within 10 milliseconds and provides continuous power for your device without any interruptions. Now that is a real unique feature to this Aferiy power bank. And the final thing, which is probably the most important thing, is you get a 7-year manufacturer's warranty. Have you subscribed to my channel? Well, if not, why not? You are missing out on loads of great DIY content, all designed to save you money. Not only am I doing tool reviews like this, I'm building stuff, mending stuff, all for you. So head over, hit that subscribe button, and me and Otis will see you for the next adventure. If you want to get a good deal on one of these Aferiy power banks or any of the accessories, then please scroll down in the description and you'll see all the links and codes. Like most tradesmen, most of my tools are now battery operated. So this could come in for actually charging the batteries themselves, but I do still have some tools that are mains operated, and this can cope really well with them. Things like an electric jigsaw, and even as big as something, this is a 9-inch 2000 watt angle grinder, and again it can cope with this really well. And although you won't be using these tools day in, day out, or for long periods of time, this is more than adequate for those smaller jobs. So what else could you use this unit for? Well, really the list is endless, but one thing I did think would be quite useful is if you had a summer house down the bottom of your garden, you could use this, have that down there to power some lights, a radio, even a TV. And if you've got the optional extra of some solar panels, you could use that to keep this continuously charged. So I hope you liked that video and that review. If you found it helpful, please leave this video a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next review.